Welcome back, everybody. You're still tuned into Open Studio right here on channel 263, and today we are chatting all about connectivity right here in the building. We're still joined in studio by Mr. Watson as he's entertaining us around connectivity. I'm enjoying myself thus far. I've learned such a lot thus far, and I'm sure that you guys at home is just enjoying the show as much. Mr. Watson, what would you say? How is Wi-Fi driving the home of tomorrow?
Okay, well, now this is a topic that here in South Africa, you're actually driving ahead of many of the other parts of the world. So the home today, people are regularly now expecting to be connecting to, obviously, mobile telephony. They're expecting to be able to get basic Wi-Fi. They're expecting to get telephone. They're expecting to get TV. And increasingly, they're expecting to get home automation. And within your particular territory here, Vox Telecommunications has actually got a Quin play. So they are actually providing all four, so telephone, data, TV, Wi-Fi, and also home automation. And I'm seeing also a significant demand for premium Wi-Fi in the home to connect all these various different devices. It's very exciting because for such a long time, people have put up with inferior performance, and therefore you'll move to one part of a home, you won't get the connectivity. We've all experienced it, right? We've got great connectivity, we move over there, nothing. And all of that is basically down to things which relate to performance. But part of that, simply put, is the congestion between the different devices. So you simply can't just add lots of more devices, you have to add better devices. That's really a big change, and that's what's needed to drive this kind of home automation and a much better performance in the home.
Yeah, and also, what would you say, Mr. Watson, what opportunities does Wi-Fi open up for consumers?
Well, consumers continually have now the choice. So they can use mobile connectivity, which today they would primarily use for voice. They obviously use for data, but pretty quickly with the tariffs and the cost of using data, they want to get onto Wi-Fi. Ideally, they want to go seamlessly from their mobile operator onto Wi-Fi. And today, of course, they'll be starting to do Wi-Fi calling, using telephone calls over Wi-Fi. So the consumer has a huge boost here because they're getting better performance where they have a Wi-Fi environment, and they're getting a much lower cost. And here in Africa generally, cost is actually a big deal because historically it's been expensive to provide cellular mobile operator services. And it's been a lot of pressure. Therefore, people haven't all been able to use it. Now, with exactly the same mobile device, using Wi-Fi, they can connect. So even a relatively old a mobile device, as long as it has Wi-Fi, even if it's at an old standard, it'll be able to connect to the standards that are in operation today. So this will be able to connect almost regardless of your wealth. And I think it's a big leveler for people. Whereas up until then, it was just too expensive for them to use some of the data services on their mobile phones. And that's what some of the work that's been done, as I mentioned earlier, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, particularly at the forefront of how do we connect to more people than just the people who are wealthy enough to afford to do it. And that's the work that is exciting because you can bring, something to the masses that otherwise wouldn't happen. And the consumer is a huge beneficiary of that.
Wow.
And ultimately, of course, we then go to education, and looking at how can now people understand more about the world, how can they look at what more advantages they can take. So although connectivity itself is kind of one of those, I don't even want to know how that works, I just want it to work, the things it provides go way beyond that, and they're very powerful and meaningful to each individual.
Wow. Mr. Watson, you guys are doing such amazing work, making our lives easier and helping us to stay connected. But what would you say are some of the challenges that you face or that you guys in your company face on a daily basis?
Well, the most difficult thing for me, and I'm trying carefully here to get it right, is not to dive into technical detail. Because most people don't understand, most people don't want to understand. And at the same time, it is actually quite a complex subject. So things like radio frequency analysis, many people won't want to know about that, but it's an important topic. So it's a case of when you have a policymaker deciding on how to go about building a smart city or bringing this technology together, it's necessary for them to go to a level of detail, not just a level of cost. Because it is very much a science to get this right, which requires investment by the company that manufactures it. And there is a significant difference between a relatively low-cost Wi-Fi device and a one that's really going to work. And that really is the thing. Can we convince people of the merits of our technology, which is widely patented, is extremely effective, but naturally it's slightly more expensive. So it's how do you get that point across?
Wow.
But we think we can.
Definitely. Mr. Watson, we are unfortunately running out of time. Before we get to the end of today's show, any game changes for 2017?
Well, I would say, since we're running out of time, I would say changes. It's an evolution of what we're doing. If people have the chance, we're in Hall 2, C9 at AfricaCom. We have a huge drive towards driving simply better wireless. In fact, our team call it wickedly fast wireless.
Okay.
That's what we're bringing to everybody.
I'm looking forward to that. And also to our viewers at home, Mr. Watson, who want to get hold of you guys, then maybe I have a question or two for you guys. What do they do? Where do they go?
Ruckuswireless.com. You'll enjoy the website. It's a website that we've intentionally made fun to learn about technology. Ruckuswireless.com.
Okay. And any last words of wisdom from you to our viewers at home?
Well, wisdom's a tough one. But I think the key thing is familiarise yourself with where you get the best performance, and you'll soon find that you can get low-cost connectivity using Wi-Fi, which is actually superior performance than just using a normal mobile environment.
Wow.
So seek out those hotspots which are really good for you.
Yeah.
And then you will have a much better experience.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Watson, thank you very much for coming out and for chatting to us. I have learned a lot, and I'm sure that our viewers at home has learned a lot from you as well. Continue doing the good work that you're doing, and good luck with the future.
Well, thank you, Brad. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, and good to talk to you all. And ruckuswireless.com. Ruckuswireless.com.
Oh, Ruckus Wireless. There you have it, guys. Ruckuswireless.com. That's www.ruckuswireless.com. Go check out all the details, all the contact details, what you want to hear, anything you want to find out from Mr. Watson and his team. Go onto the website or send us an email to openstudio@capetowntv.com.org or give us a call on the number 021 448 088. That's 021 448 088. From myself, Brad, Mr. Watson, and the rest of the team, until next time, that's goodbye and God bless.